certificate.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
details.
moving on. Arvind Kejriwal has tested positive, and it's exactly what we told you in the last week of 2021. Political rallies must stop. The Election Commission is not doing enough. It is answerable tonight. Let's debate.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has been on the campaign trail for the last 5 days and has tested positive for COVID. 11 minutes past 8 this morning, Arvind Kejriwal confirmed he was infected and urged those who would come in touch with him to get tested. Because in the last few days, he has been on a whirlwind campaign, hopping from one poll-bound state to another. On December 30th, he was at a jam-packed roadshow in Chandigarh, followed by a roadshow in Patiala the very next day. On the first day of the year, he addressed a news briefing in Amritsar with people in close proximity. On January 2nd, he addressed a rally in Lucknow. And just a day back, he was campaigning in Dehradun in all these events, not wearing a mask. With a star campaigner who was in the thick of election campaign being infected by COVID, it's a wake-up call for the Election Commission.
तो सबसे प्रथम सभी दलों ने विदाउट एनी डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन सभी ने कहा कि कोविड को ध्यान में रखते हुए समय पर चुनाव कराया जाए.
In the last 34 days, poll-bound states have witnessed a sharp spike in cases. When a political leader being distant from crowds and still contracts COVID, it's a wake-up call. For the longest time, we've been saying rallies must be stopped. EC should stop pretending to be blind now.
Abab Singh Grewal of the Aam Aadmi Party. You know, I have been saying this, Advaita. I've been saying this. Dr. Ravi Malik is there, director of Radix Healthcare. Advaita, I've been saying this throughout. The political parties think we are being too preachy. We are trying to teach them how to do politics. Mr. Grewal is on the debate. He's the Aam Aadmi Party spokesman. Hashtag tonight EC wake up. I blame the Chief Election Commissioner, almost 50%. I blame the political parties, 50%. Advaita, Arvind Kejriwal testing positive. Should everyone who has been present at his rallies now self-isolate?
You know, I mean, that's what's expected, right? I've been speaking to an infectious disease expert, and he says that this Omicron doubles in half the time. So in 2 days, you'll go from 1,000, for example, to 2,000 infections. Now, you look at these super spreader events and the number of people that are there, the fact that the Chief Minister of Delhi has imposed all kinds of measures on the public of Delhi, but is traveling across states, campaigning, not wearing a mask, been caught on camera with a dry cough, which is one of the symptoms of COVID, then announces that he's COVID positive. Where is the accountability? I mean, is the public just a prop for these politicians? And I don't want to, make it about one political party. I mean, just now you had that debate on that stampede with the girls. It's just absolutely ridiculous how craven and self-serving our politicians are being at this time.
Yeah, but Mr. Abab, hearing this, they're not even wearing masks. What's worse? They're not even wearing masks. You look at that. Where was Mr. Kejriwal wearing a mask, and why don't the same rules apply to him? Please tell me. He's marching along. He's not even on a podium. No, he's not even on a podium. He's marching along with the people, not wearing a mask. And the second point is, see, it's not about Aam Aadmi Party. It's about all political parties. So you don't push it to other parties. Tell me what you should be doing. Any reflections, any remorse? Okay. Can the pictures be shown, Anand? Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, if I may.
Yeah.
Okay, he wasn't wearing a mask. That's very bad. We should all wear masks, number one. Number two,
how many people should self-isolate now?
Sir,
how many people in your view should self-isolate?
Sir, if I may.
No, I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. How many people? How many people should self-isolate?
Okay.
No, how many people should self-isolate?
Say about 1/10 is the number of what should self-isolate when the Prime Minister comes to Firozpur tomorrow. Now, let me just complete my point. The Prime Minister is the head of our nation, and he should take the lead.
Passing the parcel begins.
Should take the lead.
Passing the parcel begins.
Sir, Mr. Goswami, is he or is he not the leader of our nation? If he's the leader of our nation, he should say no politicking. I will not hold a rally in Delhi in Firozpur tomorrow, and I assure you, will be the first ones to follow. We'll be the first ones to follow. We just want the leader to be the leader he professes to be. That's what we are asking. We will follow. We did not wear a mask. We apologize for that. We got infected. We apologize for that. But politics does not happen in a vacuum. And in that vacuum, the first person, the man on the top of the pyramid is Mr. Modi. We just want him to show the leadership that he always wants to show. We want our Prime Minister to take the lead. Please,
I'll tell you pictures.
I beg him to take the lead.
No, you're passing the buck out here. 31st December, Arvind Kejriwal is seen roaming. Allow me. He's seen roaming the streets of Patiala along with thousands of people on his Shanti march. He's not wearing a mask. Pictures on your screen. No social distancing in sight. Pictures on your screen. On the 2nd of January, pictures on your screen. He was coughing on the screen and he still rallied. In fact, he went on to do a press conference. Then he addressed 2 mass rallies, Lucknow and Dehradun. He visited a shrine on the 1st of January. So he's been mingling everywhere, and he's been telling the people of Delhi that you need to be careful, etc. So I'm saying, point is, I'm hearing here today, and I think Gaurav, I suspect I'll hear you fight with him, saying what are you doing, etc., etc. I think that all of you are being utterly irresponsible, and you have the backing of the Election Commission. What's worse? Just because you got the backing of the Election Commission, just because the Election Commissioner does not care, just because the Chief Election Commissioner does not care, Gaurav, you're all going to pass the buck and then tell the people to discipline. Do you know how many cases were found today? Okay. Let me share the numbers of COVID cases today. Let me share the numbers of COVID cases today. You know how many cases have happened in Bengal, in Delhi? Gaurav? If I see both of you pass the buck, then tell me. We are going to pass the buck for 10 minutes.
No,
37,000 COVID cases today.
Arnab, can I make my point now?
Yeah, go on. I'm addressing you.
Okay. Yes. Arnab, I will talk about the Aam Aadmi Party a little later, but your channel is being watched by millions of Indians. And I completely agree when our co-panelist says that Narendra Modi ji is definitely inspirational and he is leading from the front. Even earlier, I'll give you an example. When the Bihar Assembly elections were to take place, the Bharatiya Janata Party was the first party that was talking about e-rallies. And nobody can deny the fact 9 political parties, including the Congress and Aam Aadmi Party, they objected to it. They told the Election Commission of India, no, elections are more important than the lives of the citizens. So today I will very categorically say for the Bharatiya Janata Party, the foremost priority is the lives of the citizens. And whatever it takes, even on an organizational level, we will definitely do that.
No, did we not tell you to stop the rallies?
Under the scheme of the
did we not tell you to stop the rallies? You don't have to be a Nostradamus to predict that rallies can go wrong during COVID time. You know, I think I told you.
Arnab,
but I told you. But then you know what happens? What happens, Gaurav, is the moment I say it, you people have this whole superior air. Oh, you know, we are politicians. You are but a journalist.
Nothing at all.
Are you going to tell us how to run this country?
And if I could
don't you understand the rules? We have the support of the Election Commission. Well, I'm telling you, the Election Commission is frightfully wrong. And the Chief Election Commissioner is being extremely irresponsible. And can I put this to vote, Gaurav? I'm saying today, viewers, I'm saying this today personally, Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra is being very irresponsible by giving this leeway. Just because you got him to agree, you can't take chances with the people anymore, Gaurav. You can't. You can't. The Chief Election Commissioner will have to wake up at some point.
Yes.
You may have the rest of the media fall in line with you. Republic will not fall in line. I'm telling you, you are wrong. You are so wrong.
You don't have to fall in line.
You are so wrong. You are all so wrong. I mean, someone tell them. Can I request Dr. Ravi Malik to tell them, please? Dr. Malik, can you tell the politicians?
Look, I will like to base my medical opinion on the data and facts. Today, USA has witnessed 10 lakh cases. There are no rallies still. USA today has witnessed 10 lakh cases and UK has witnessed 1,87,000 cases of COVID. Omicron is spreading like anything. It is spreading like wildfire. We need to be absolutely responsible on that issue. On one side, we are grappling with the Omicron virus under the backdrop of fact our children are not vaccinated. 41% of our children are not vaccinated yet. Our herd immunity is not appropriate yet. And our health infrastructure is not strong to take another burden of such huge cases. And we are sitting across the hurricane. We are in the beginning of the storm. We need to be extremely careful. And especially the people who are higher up, they should be extremely careful, because we have to teach our children also the COVID appropriate behavior. So what I feel is that we need to be extremely careful, Arnab. This is right now, time is the essence. And this is the time when we can stop the spread of this monstrous illness before it astronomically increases and the situation becomes bad on ground. So
simple question.
As a medical practitioner, I will like
simple
to say
question from me
full
to
precautions.
Gaurav. My question to Gaurav, and Advaita can take it forward. My question is simple. For the people, you have a schedule. For yourself, you have no schedule. For the people, when we keep saying, give everybody boosters, you say, listen, there will be a schedule of boosters, don't complain. We will start on 3rd, then 60 plus with comorbidities will get on 10th, then we won't even tell you when the others will get the boosters. Wait 2-3 months. So you have a schedule for the people, you have discipline for the people, you have rules for the people, but you have a schedule for boosters, a schedule for vaccinations, but you don't have any schedule for your rallies. Advaita, someone tell them that. This is hypocrisy.
Do they not realize that people can see through this hypocrisy, that the country was traumatized and went through an awful period during health waste? Do they have no sympathy for the suffering of man, that people are struggling to reestablish their livelihoods through economic activity, and that should be where the leeways are permitted, not for these big rallies, show of strength?
A sitting duck. I cannot understand how there is such a complete lack of compassion and empathy for the people of this country by these politicians. I just don't see how they
can afford to do this, knowing what we have been through and seeing how much our hospitals have suffered, our doctors have suffered.
Gaurav, it's also about setting an example. What example is being set here? What example is being set here?
Can I now make my point? Arnab, the topic that we are discussing, there cannot be any debate. With power comes responsibility, and Bharatiya Janata Party is the most responsible party in the country. I must say this with some sense of responsibility again, that we will raise the bar, as you rightly said, we'll set an example, and we would not wait for other political parties to take action. The Election Commission of India has a constitutional duty, but as a political party, we also have a duty towards the people, and you would very soon see that Bharatiya Janata Party would be leading from the front when it comes to protecting the citizenry of the country.
No, I think that's a very prepared kind of statement, you know. I'll tell you one thing. The Election Commission has the ability, viewers...
That's a very well-intentioned statement.
Well, it may be a well-intentioned statement. It's a very carefully worded statement where you're giving an assurance, but nothing really more than that. I'm telling you what's happening here. You think you are going to get the Election Commission to agree. People of India, we need to tell the Election Commission they are wrong. The EC needs to hear it from you, viewers. You need to tell the Election Commission to wake up. The Election Commission said it's a dynamic situation. Sushil Chandra went on record and he said it's a dynamic situation. Considering all that, guidelines will be issued. How is it a dynamic situation now, Mr. Chandra? The nation wants to know. And should lives be risked until the model code of conduct is in force? Will the third wave wait? Tell me, Mr. Chandra, I'm curious to know from you. Give me the proof, Mr. Chief Election Commissioner, that the third wave will wait for the model code of conduct to be put in place. It's terrible. I don't understand. None of you are really debating with me tonight. Can I tell you why, because I'm completely, totally, absolutely Mr. Kejriwal 100% right. You know that if you go out of the street outside your house, ask people today, they'll say Arnab was right, you were wrong.
You are right. You are very right, Mr. Goswami. But before I start, you didn't hear, you probably missed it. Mr. Gaurav said that you will have to fall in line. I don't know whether you missed that statement or not, but that's what he said.
Who said that? No, who said that? Did he say that? What did he say?
Said.
1 minute, what did he say? What did he say?
He said you will have to fall in line.
No, did you say that, Mr. Bhatia?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
No, Mr. Bhatia, did you say that I will have to fall in line?
I don't know. I think he's hearing something on his own.
No. You can play your program back. And he said that, sir, before
Arnab, that's okay. It's not worth debating. What is more important is to ensure that we can protect the lives of the citizens.
Yes. Let me finish. For the first time in the history of our country, the Election Commission was called to a meeting by the Prime Minister's office. And that is not right. That does not bode well. I wish and pray that the Chief Election Commissioner...
Given. I think you haven't seen
I'm
that
not talking to you. I am... Listen,
for the secretary. No, please don't.
Sir,
please don't state...
You know what? I know you love streaming. I know you love streaming. I don't want to... Okay, it might be factually wrong, but
I don't have to scream.
In the past
the truth is speaking for itself.
It hasn't happened with...
Are you telling the viewers that a clarification was given? It wasn't the Election Commission of India that was called.
It hasn't
for a meeting,
happened
please.
For the past 75 years. Nobody was called.
Your Chief Minister, let me make it very clear. Why is Arvind Kejriwal not leading from the front? He was reprimanded by the Supreme Court and the High Court. Will you like to speak on that?
Gaurav
you would not speak on that.
We are mere mortals. The
can't hear him. Audio, please.
The larger life problem is we are mere mortals. All I want to say is that the Prime Minister
I have a very basic question to ask. Why did Arvind Kejriwal risk the lives of the citizens? He has been coughing all throughout. These are the symptoms. Why did he not get himself checked? Why was the test not conducted on time? Are elections more important or the lives of the citizens?
He went into isolation and he appealed to everybody.
Just look at him, he's not even wearing a mask.
Mr. Amit Shah was also
positive in the last elections. The distance that is to be maintained?
Mr. Modi...
Do you see a distance of 2 yards being maintained? No, I am asking you. Is he maintaining 2 yards of distance?
Of the Prime Minister and the Home Minister. Listen, I have seen your rallies as well. I am saying you are the leaders of the country. Please become one. Please become what the leaders you profess to be.
You are conceding not doing it. He's not a leader, you are conceding.
Is my leader. He's my leader.
Baron, right? You are conceding.
He is my leader. He is my leader, and I am proud to call him my leader. And I am proud to. He is the Chief Minister of the Delhi, and
we are not proud to see him behaving in such an irresponsible manner, risking the lives of the citizens, sir.
Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, listen to me.
Where is the mask? Why is he not maintaining the distance that is required? Why is he not observing COVID-appropriate behavior? Can you answer that?
Where is Amit Shah's mask? Where is Mr. Modi's mask?
You never get an answer from an AAP spokesperson.
Well, I'd say one thing. I think the Chief Election Commissioner spoke to political parties. He said the responsibility has to be with the state government. They will act as per recommendations till the poll dates are announced. I want to ask you, what are you doing? Is the Election Commission going to take advice from political parties and then look away? I'm sorry, I think this EC is looking at this technically. It's looking at it very technically. It's being utterly irresponsible. It should revisit its whole approach and stop going by the advice of political parties at all. On the other side, ladies and gentlemen, if you're supporting me tonight, please write to me on Republic Online, Republic World, Arnab Online on republicworld.com. I'd love to hear from you. I look at the feedback regularly. On the other side, really happy that the Tiranga has been put up in the Galwan. I wonder I wonder, and the nation wants to know whether Rahul Gandhi will put out a tweet apologizing for effectively being part of Chinese propaganda till yesterday. That and more on the other side. Don't go away. The debate is only becoming hotter.